All right, so if you guys know me, you know that there's almost nothing that I love more than a remote controlled lawnmower, and I got another one. The people over at MoRaider sent me out the MoRaider S1 4-wheel drive to do for a video. So we're gonna put this thing through its paces, see what it can do. Now, let's talk about some specs. This is an all-electric remote controlled lawnmower. This one is 4-wheel drive, but they also do have a 2-wheel drive model. So we have 4 separate hub motors. We have a battery life of 2.25 hours. It can mow up to an 80% slope, which is about 40 degrees, give or take. It has a 21-inch blade that you can cut from 1.5 inches to 4.6 inches. It cuts up to 1.125 acres on one charge. It has 6 foot-pounds of cutting torque. It has a lithium iron phosphate battery, so it can handle the heat better. It takes 90 minutes to charge the battery from empty to full, and the battery itself is rated for 1,500 cycles. Let's take a look at the controller, and let's get into some of the controls. So here's your controller. Let's just take a minute to appreciate how beautiful that is and how well put together that is. Your thumbsticks are recessed so they don't get knocked around. You have a lot of different modes with this lawnmower. First of all, you have 3 different blade speeds depending on how thick of grass you're cutting. You have different safety modes, which I'll get into in a minute. And then you also have 3 separate speed controls that will control how fast. That's the fastest setting. That's the slowest setting. You can turn it back up to fast. You can see it has 4-wheel steering. And then right here in the center, you have an emergency off button. So if something goes wrong, you just hit that and it kills everything. And then you also have these buttons up here, which are very cool because this is a cruise control. So you can hit that and you just go into a straight line. Then either one of these buttons will make it automatically make either a right or a left-hand turn. So I'm just gonna hit the cruise control button. It goes straight. And whenever you decide that you wanna make a turn, you just hit the button and it'll automatically make a turn for you and get you started on that next line. Hit the cruise control button again, and then there you go. So now let's take a look at this switch, which is your safety control. You have 3 different options. You have a manual mode, which is essentially all the safeties are turned off. Then you have kind of like a medium safety, and then you have what's called smart, which I would say is like a maximum safety. So the way that these controls work is, I'm gonna put it on the smart, which is like the maximum safety. This unit has ultrasonic sensors so that it knows when it is close to an object. And it also has sensors on the front bumper, so if you touch something, it'll turn itself off. So I have it on the maximum safety setting. I'm just gonna drive it towards myself and you'll see that it'll stop. So I'm just gonna drive it towards myself. You can see it stopped. It registered that I was here. And once I get out of its way, it'll let me go more forward. And then it stops. And that setting will also make sure that either the bag is attached or that you have this flap closed for safety reasons, obviously. So you're not throwing things outside the mower. So then you have what I would say is like a medium safety, which turns off the ultrasonic sensors. So that way, if you wanted to, you could run into something, but say if I run into my foot, it hits this front bumper and then now everything is dead. It stops the control and you have to push the C2 button to reset it, and now you can control again. And then you have manual mode. The only safety you have is the bumper. So if something hits the bumper, it will stop. But other than that, say if you're cutting really tall grass, you can unhook the bag and then you can mow with this flap open so that all of the grass can just spray out. And then the only thing that's gonna stop it, like I said, is if you hit something on the front bumper, if you hit one of these switches, it will die, or if you hit the switch on the remote. So those are your 3 safety settings. So now we're just gonna do a little cut quality comparison. We're gonna be comparing the MoRaider to a Cobalt, another electric push mower, and then we're also gonna just throw in the Luba, just for fun. First, we'll do this one. I'm just gonna do one strip with each. Now the Luba. Oh, we hit a stick. So now, something I forgot to mention for the Mow Raider is that you have these two buttons on top of the controller. You have to hold both of these, and I don't know if you can see it, but a prompt comes up on the screen and you have to push that to start the blades. All right, let's check out how they did. So let's take a look here at the Luba. You can see, not the best. Lots of missed grass, very sporadic cut all the way through there. You can see everywhere where it just left all these tall pieces. And then the other electric lawnmower, you can see it actually did a pretty good job. Left some stuff here. Overall, not too bad. And then you can see the Mow Raider. It actually looks pretty dead even. I don't see hardly any missed blades or anything. Let's take a look at the clippings. So, as you would expect, it definitely collected all of the grass clippings. I don't know what you can really tell from the grass clippings, but I mean, it cut them and it collected them all. So it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Now, let's take a look at the speed of the Mow Raider and let's mow the entire backyard and see how long that takes. So I'm gonna be running this on the fastest speed and also the fastest blade speed. We're just gonna see how fast we can knock this out. Oh, so we hit a hole. Let's use that 4-wheel drive. Yeah, get right out of there. I have a big sinkhole in the yard right there. So the camera shut off because it's 90 degrees and it overheated. But so you can see that probably took 15 minutes or so, and that's with filming the whole thing. So after that, we still have full battery. So no surprise there. So one thing that I forgot to show you is that the battery is of course removable. So here's how you do that. You just lift up this cover. Here's your battery. It comes with a 56 volt, 18 amp hour battery. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not. And then it has a retainer here. Pull that out. Has a plug, unplug it, and then boom, there's your battery. It has a nice seal around it, has a fan to keep the battery cool, and then you can take your battery out, charge it. If you have another battery, swap it in. We've now finished what I would call, the bare minimum testing. We've shown that it is a lawnmower, it does drive, and it will cut grass. But what we haven't tested is the 4-wheel drive portion. So now it's time to get real serious. We're going to abuse this thing to death. We are going to take it on extremely tall hills. We're going to mow extremely tall grass and really see what it's made out of. All right, here's the deal. The grass is way worse than I thought it was. So we're going to have to mow a path to where I want to go to get to the hill that I want to climb. So you can see I kind of already did a little small patch here so I could have some room to work. So let's go walk this thing to where we want to go. There's flies everywhere. We have the blade speed all the way up, and we're going to run full speed. It handles this tall grass, no problem. Oh, jeez. We're getting to the thick stuff up here. Oh, I think the grass triggered the triggered that front safety bar. All right, so we can obviously tell that it can mow the thick grass. This hill up here is probably, if I had to guess, I would say 30, 35 degrees, somewhere in there. So let's see how it handles up the hill with the thick grass. Oh, look at that. Not even a problem. All the way up, all the way down. We hit something hit the safety. Oh yeah. No problem, just as I suspected. I'm gonna go up this steeper part, see how it handles that. Oh yeah. This thing is just so impressive. We can go side to side, no problem. All right, so we know we can climb this hill. So now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna continue kind of a battery test. We're gonna cut the rest of this, and then we're gonna cut all this all the way down, and all this. And we're gonna see how far that battery lasts. So far, I don't know how well you can see it, but we still have full battery. So we're looking good. Okay, all that took what, 2 minutes? I'm gonna keep going. I'll come back with you with an update. All right, update. We're only down 1 bar of battery. So we're at 3/4 battery. And so far, we have mowed, like I said, we mowed all of this. Oh, there's spiders and flies everywhere. And we've mowed all of this, all the way down here. I couldn't really get too far over here because it's too risky to roll into the pond. And I didn't mow right here because there's this cinder block and these metal posts. I don't want to end up in the water down here. And we keep going all the way down here. And we did all the way up to here. And all the way down there is where we started. We still have 3/4 battery, and most of this I double cut. Some places triple cut because it was really thick. So we are doing great on battery life. I want to cut some more of this right here, just because this is the real nasty thick stuff. See how we do. We should do fine. We did fine last time. I'm gonna go a little bit slower. Oh yeah. Oh. Gotta go a little slower in this thick stuff. All right, guys, so I don't want to bore you with like, you know, whatever, 4 hours of mowing footage, because after what you guys just saw, where I just parked the mower, we just hit half battery, which is far more than I expected. I thought that we would get like that little patch, we'd get up the hill, do the flat up by the pond, and then we'd be pretty much out. But no, we just hit half battery. So I think I've found the grass that is about the limit for this thing. So I am gonna show you that, just because this is like a low area and there's a lot of water, so this grass grows much thicker. I'm gonna mow some of this for you, and then I'm not gonna bore you anymore. I'm just gonna continue to mow and mow and mow until the thing is dead. And then I'll just show you all the progress so you can see everything that we mowed. Actually, first of all, let me just show you. So you can see how tall the grass is. Bigger than the entire mower itself. And it did stall on me twice whenever I was going through here, because I was going too fast. But if you go slow, you should be fine. So you can see that's actually a pretty amazing cut for how tall that grass is. I don't know really any mower that's gonna get it perfect when it's that tall. I mean, hey, for an electric remote controlled mower, that's amazing. So this is where she died. She's completely dead. No more mowing for me. I'm gonna show you everything that I mowed. I think that I mowed well more than an acre. And not only well more than an acre, as you saw, all the grass was like this tall that I was mowing. So as far as battery life is concerned, I am absolutely shocked with how long this battery lasts and just how much you can mow on one battery. So let's start from the beginning. From the beginning, we started here where the truck is now. We mowed all that. We went up that hill, and then we mowed that whole flat up there by the pond. And I came down here, mowed all of this up into like this point up here, and then came down here, mowed all of this. This is where the really thick grass was. Mowed this, mowed into this thick grass, and then mowed some of this, and then mowed all the way into there, and then came back over here because I was running out of grass. And also, by the way, this really thick stuff, it's really tough to mow this stuff because the grass is so thick, it triggers that front bumper sensor. But it's possible, you just have to go slow. So then, mowed all this, all the way back here to where the creek is, all the way around here, and then went ahead and mowed this little strip right here. And then on a pass back, that's where it died. Like I said, I'm super impressed with the battery life. So I brought a generator with me. I'm gonna charge up the battery, and then we're gonna go up on the hill, and then we are gonna put that 4-wheel drive to the test, much more than this little tiny hill, and just see how crazy of a hill we can climb. All right, so here's the situation. This hill right here is only about 30 degrees, but the dirt is extremely soft and like crumbly. The rest of them are steep. This is the least steep one, so I don't have very high hopes, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, see, we're just spinning. Maybe we'll go at an angle. Let's see if I can just go push it up. All right, come on, buddy. Oh, don't go that way. Come on. Oh no. This is where it all goes bad. There you go. Now let's see if we can go to that next level. And of course, we're bottomed out. Nice. I think this is just might be too rough. You can see how rough this is. I mean, this is like super, super rough. And then you can see right here, one of the problems is that just the ground clearance. So if you go over a little bit of a ledge, oh, well, go ahead, prove me wrong. Oh, see, here we go. See, we're bottomed out. I think this is just the downfall of this being, this is a lawnmower. This is not a rock crawler. So we need to find something a hill that's a little bit, that's steeper, but smoother. And I think I have just the one. So let's go ahead and try out something. Since we have 4 hub motors, we should be able to just slowly crawl down this hill. Even though we can't go up it, we should be able to slowly crawl down it with extreme control. Let's see how we do. I should be able to stop at any point on the hill unless we slide. So like I stopped. Yeah, look at that. We can stop, no problem. Oh, we slide a little bit because of the dirt. Jeez. Yeah, we have tons of control. No problem. Okay, so what we have here is we have about 40 degrees right here, which is the max that it's rated for. Once you get up to here, we have about 50 degrees, and then we go up to about 55 degrees. So I would suspect that this is gonna be about as far as it can climb. All right. Okay, so 40 degrees, no problem. Oh, and then we slip. That's about what I expected. Let's see if we can maybe go at an angle. No. Oh, I guess we're just gonna go backwards. All right. Let's go at an extreme angle. Okay, so it seems that 40 degree mark is pretty accurate. Let's try another hill. So something that I've noticed that I kind of already demonstrated was that, so like I said, this part of the hill right here is roughly 40 degrees, and we go all the way up to 55 to 60, all the way up at the top. So even though you can't go up the hill, because it has the 4 hub motors, you can go down the hill very controlled. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's mow a strip down this hill. We should be able to just go very controlled. Since we have such a long wheelbase, we can just inch our way all the way down. Oh, we slide. It's still pretty controlled though. So you can see, very impressive going down the hill. So as you can see, one of the downsides of having 4 wheels is that you don't have quite as much traction as you do as if you say have like a set of tracks. But one of the extreme upsides to having wheels is that it makes it almost impossible to flip over. Whereas if you have tracks, you can flip it over in a heartbeat. Like the other remote control lawnmower that I had, you could flip that thing over very easily, especially if you didn't know what you were doing. This, once you start to get to a point where you would usually flip, you're more than likely just gonna slip. So I'm gonna demonstrate that here. I'm gonna try to go at an angle and I'm gonna try to flip it. But I think that since it has such a low center of gravity, I don't think it's gonna flip. I think it's gonna slide way before it flips. Yeah. Let's try this. Sideways? Yeah, you just slide. There's not been one situation so far where I've felt like this thing was gonna flip. Let's see if we can get up the hill. Okay. And now let's go down sideways. Oh, actually, we actually might flip here. I want to be able to catch it if it is gonna flip. Oh! Okay, so you can flip it. Now that we flipped it, you can see we have our red lights. We should be able to just, yeah, and now we're good. Okay, so not impossible to flip, but the good thing is that since it's electric, when it flips over, really nothing happens. It just hits one of the buttons and then you're good to go. All right, so there's just one more thing I want to try. So we know that we can go down the hill at a steep angle. We might slide a little bit, but overall we'll be fine. I want to see if we can go at an angle from the top and then go down right through here at a steep angle and see if we can stay controlled the entire time and not slip. I think we should be just fine. Either one of two things is gonna happen. Either this is gonna be successful or we're gonna see this thing tumble down the entire hill and fall into the river. So let's kick on the blades, because why not? Okay, we're going good, we're going good. We're not slipping. We're going good, we're going good. We're not slipping. We're slipping. Okay, never mind. Okay. Okay. I think it's gonna fall over at the end. I'll keep going. No. We're fine. Okay, so that's awesome. So a hill that we absolutely cannot go up, but we can go down it controlled and with no problem. So that's awesome. So after all that, obviously I don't have any complaints. This thing blew my mind. I really thought that the weakest link of this was gonna be the battery life, since it does take a lot of battery power to run 4 hub motors and run a mower. As you saw, absolutely not a problem. So I wanna give you some information. They did give me a discount code. It is TylerTube05, and you can get a discount. And right now they are doing a pre-sale on their website. You can get the 2-wheel drive model for $19.49, or you can get the 4-wheel drive model for $25.99. So I will have all of the links and all of the information all in the description. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.